Continuing our breaking news coverage of the mass shooting here in Austin, Texas. Many of you today waking up to push alerts on your phone, videos, images, horrific sounds. We've gotten a lot of information over the last 5-6 hours as our reporters have been out talking to witnesses, talking to Austin police. We have heard from local political figures as well. So we will try to give you guys the best update that we can. As of now, we do know that 14 people were injured. 3 people died, including the gunman. The identity of that gunman was unknown the last time we talked to you guys a couple hours ago. We are aware now that the suspect is allegedly a 53-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen, originally from Senegal, who was living just about 20-30 minutes north of Austin, depending on where you're driving from, in Pflugerville. Now, as I am talking to you right now, we do have a reporter out in Pflugerville, Marco Bittnell, and he is outside the suspect's home, where we have seen law enforcement with caution tape, crime scene tape, talking to people on the ground there, grabbing evidence, coming out with boxes of evidence. I can see right out of the corner of my eye now that Marco is talking to someone in the neighborhood. I'm not quite sure who this is. If we can maybe pull someone up eventually and get this in a different camera, I will try to bring that to you guys as best I can. But it looks like Marco is talking to someone on the ground there. He'll, of course, have more information coming up in our 5 o'clock news. Once again, this is special coverage right here on Austin Live of the mass shooting here in Austin, Texas. 3 people killed, including the shooter, 14 wounded. And we do know that 3 are in critical condition as we speak. So those numbers could rise. We hope that is not the case, but we will keep you updated if anything does happen. I do want to pull up some video now that we also obtained from a viewer. This is Nathan Camo. I warn you, this video is very disturbing and graphic. It has sounds of gunshots in here. After that, it has some choice language, so I'll try and cut off the volume as best I can, but I'm going to show you this video now. We'll let this thing play out. And it would appear that this is the alleged shooter here shooting at APD. Now, if you're just joining us, Police Chief Lisa Davis told us APD responded in less than a minute, about 55 to 56 seconds responding to this. So these are APD officers shooting at the alleged gunman right here. We'll listen in. Once again, this is very, very graphic, and I will try to monitor the volume as best I can, so bear with me here. So you can see there the gunman there, if you'll notice here on 6th Street. This is sort of far away. This is sent in from a viewer, Nathan Camo. You'll see right here, this is the alleged gunman wearing that hoodie that we have talked about, saying property of Allah. The 53-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen from Senegal. It looks as though he's holding the rifle here. Police Chief Lisa Davis telling us he had 2 guns, a pistol, and a rifle. It looks as though he's pointing the rifle here at the Austin police officers. They are responding with gunfire. He immediately drops, and you can see here the viewer sort of crouching down, many taking cover, as you can see here, behind vehicles, behind anything they really can. And then you can see Austin police responding right here afterwards. Once again, very graphic video. I know some of you out there don't want to see this, so I'm just warning you now. I've removed the volume just because there's some choice language there. I do want to show you what we believe is the aftermath of this, okay? So this is video that we received before this. I'm going to pull this up now. You can find it on my Instagram here. Let me pull this up. So this looks like this happens just moments after this shooting, where the alleged gunman hits the ground. So I'm going to pull up what happens right afterwards, and you can find this on my Instagram here, Alec Nolan TV. Our station has obtained this video. This is also from a viewer as well, that person wanting to remain anonymous. But it looks as though this is moments after that. We have blurred this out just because this person may be deceased at this point. We cannot confirm if that happened at this time. But this is video we received early this morning. As I told you, Austin police responding to this in less than a minute, 55 to 56 seconds. This is the video right afterwards. And I know you can't see it in the blurred video, but I'm telling you from what I've seen, if you pause the video and if you look at this unblurred, the suspect here is wearing that same hoodie that we showed you earlier a couple hours ago, where it says property of Allah. I will show you that now. This is the original image that came out. This is also on our Twitter here. You can find it. I say Twitter. I know it's X. I say Twitter. So I'm going to pull this up here. This is the alleged shooting suspect right here. As you can see, the hoodie reading property of Allah. We do know that the FBI has joined forces with Austin police, and it's their counter-terrorism task force trying to figure out if this is an act of terrorism. We were told earlier by APD and by FBI officials this could be a nexus of terrorism, a connection with terrorism, obviously coming less than 24 hours after Iran was bombed by both U.S. and Israeli forces. The Ayatollah was taken out. If you're not aware of who that is and what that is, essentially the leader of the Muslim world, this person here perhaps responding in an act of terror, wearing a property of Allah hoodie right here. Once again, a 53-year-old naturalized U.S. citizen, originally from Senegal, living right here in Central Texas, about 20, 30 minutes away, depending on where you're driving from Austin, in Pflugerville. And as we are talking to you right now, our very own reporter, Marco Bittnell, is out there in Pflugerville. We got wind of where this suspect's house might be. He is dead. If you're just joining us, the alleged gunman is dead. And we do know that, we don't know if FBI was there, but we do know that Austin police, according to the sources there, were outside the suspect's home, what appears to be gathering evidence, coming out with boxes of evidence and trying to put together the pieces here. We do know that multiple people lived in that home. We don't know if this is his close family, roommates, what have you. All we know is that they went into that home, were gathering evidence. We also saw a black SUV outside where this actually happened. And I apologize if I haven't even named the place. I just told you West 6th Street, Buford's Beer Garden, a place that is frequented. Many people going down there. This is an entertainment district. This is where a lot of people go, have fun, drinks, bachelorette parties, an area that is highly populated with people coming in and out. Unfortunately, gunshots ringing out at 1:40 in the morning, this suspect eventually being shot here. I do want to also show you guys, you can follow Marco on this story as well. He has posted some very interesting video. He went and spoke with a witness who lives in an apartment building just outside of where the assault took place. And as you guys can imagine, so many people reaching out to us because of what happened today, saying they either have information, video, pictures, you name it. This person reaching out because he lives in a high-rise above where this all took place. And you'll just see it. I'll show you guys the mass police presence. You can go to Marco's Instagram right here, Marco Bittnell TV. And this is the video that we received from Taco Seberg, this man right here living in Austin, calling us into the desk and saying, hey, I had a vantage point. He heard half a dozen gunshots. This is the scene that he saw minutes later. This is it right here. This is around 2:27 a.m., showing the scenes on West 6th Street just moments after that gunman opened fire. By this point, it would appear, based on the video that I've shown you, and we've gone through this chronologically now, that the shooter would have already been dead at this point, shot dead by Austin police. But this was the scene shortly afterward. You can see so much police presence here, those cops responding very quickly. Now, Marco also has video here of outside the suspect's home, as I mentioned to you guys here. This is a situation where you've got people coming out with boxes of what looks like evidence here. Federal agents could be seen. So just to verify, I told you earlier, we only knew of Austin police being there, but according to Marco, he's on the ground there. He would know better than me. He has that information. We do have him interviewing somebody right now. Do we want to take that? Are we okay to take that? Anybody know? Let's just listen in. I know Marco, I believe, is talking to a neighbor here in Pflugerville. I'm going to take that right now. Let's listen in.
Rushed home as quick as I could to come to find out SWAT was executing a search warrant across the street. They were on a loudspeaker talking to whoever was inside, saying, hey, come out with your hands up. We have a search warrant. Come out with your hands up and empty, and this kind of thing. They were really patient. It was about an hour that they waited. And then just after noon or so, they went ahead and breached the house. You could see the SWAT guys approach the house. We couldn't see very much. They had us backed off quite a ways. They did that, and then after, it was probably half an hour after that point that they came out. The SWAT cleaned up all their stuff and left, and we were allowed to come back to the home. It was kind of scary. A bunch of guys with assault rifles and, bomb dogs and drones and all the crazy, you know.
The whole nine.
Yeah, across the street from my house. I'm like, okay, you know. But,
Once again, if you're just joining us, this is
apparently,
special
I
coverage
guess,
here on Austin
from
Live.
what
Our very own
one
reporter
officer
Marco
told us
Bittnell is
was
outside the home of the
nobody inside.
suspected mass shooter.
They executed
And
the
this is
warrant,
what appears to be a
and they
neighbor
searched
who
the
says he
house
saw the SWAT
out,
presence coming in with
I guess.
drones,
They
assault
were
rifles,
looking at it, but,
K-9 units,
the
trying to
one
go into
officer,
this suspect's home
said
and
that
grab
he'd come back
evidence.
and give us a full report when they were done. So he said it was going to be a few hours. So I guess they've got a lot to go through.
Okay, and how long has the neighborhood been shut down right here?
Right. Well, they shut it down at the other streets about 11 o'clock this morning, and then about 11:15 they deployed the little robot dogs and whatnot. That's when I got my call from my neighbor. Was like, "Hey, there's something crazy going on in your front yard." Yeah. I was like, "What? I'm not even home."
Sorry, I apologize for the language there. That was a neighbor there, what appears to be a neighbor outside of the alleged shooter's house there. He was saying he saw drones, K-9 units, SWAT members with assault rifles coming in on that house there to try and get this search warrant executed and eventually go in and what appears to be grab evidence, boxes of evidence, and then take it out. We also have another camera right now. I want to take you guys to that. This is outside the scene of that mass shooting at Buford's right there. You can see it, the big heart right there. There is still police tape outside of this right here. A situation that has been developing for hours now. This shooting taking place around 1:40 in the morning here in Austin, Texas. Many of you waking up today looking at the horrific news on your phone, being very scared, of course, wondering if it's safe to go out into the public. Because of that, we have brought in some experts to talk about that. We'll have that coming up at 5 o'clock. We're going to bring in a former police chief to talk about this joint effort by the FBI, by Austin Police, and how they are going about this investigation. And also, I think a question many of us have is how to be vigilant, how to be on the lookout for this. Is it safe to go out and about? Are there certain signs you should look for? Is it a situation where if you see something, say something? So these are all questions that we are going to ask the police chief, and there's still a lot of information that is yet to be learned, but we have also gathered a lot of information as well over the last 4, 5, 6 hours. Thankfully, in part to witnesses out there brave enough to have their phone out, to take pictures, to take videos, some horrific images, but it appears based on the information we've gathered, that alleged shooter wearing that property of a law hoodie there, having both a pistol and a rifle. APD responding in less than a minute, 55 to 56 seconds. I do want to check back in just before we go. We got about 2 minutes here. I'm going to check back in now. This is outside the alleged shooter's home, and this appears to be a neighbor in the area who saw drones, a SWAT team coming in, bomb sniffing dogs, K-9 units coming in. We'll listen into what he has to say.
Change. I hope there's no craziness that ensues from this in the neighborhood. Because like I said, I've gotten along with all my neighbors, all my friends. So let's hope it stays that way. And this is just an isolated incident. And come to find out, this guy was, just an anomaly or something. I hope it's not anything long lasting. That's for certain. Yeah, our neighborhood's been really quiet. I'd like it to stay that way.
I understand.
So.
Thank you for your time, man.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Guys.
That was our reporter and our photographer out there getting information from what appears to be a neighbor of the alleged shooter, saying he hopes this is an isolated incident. He hopes something like this doesn't come back to that neighborhood. Obviously, so much information out there. We are trying our best to verify all of this. We are trying our best to get video, images, to bring you guys the latest news as best as we can. You can join us coming up in our 5 o'clock news. You can watch it right here on the Fox local app. You can, of course, follow us on social media at Fox 7 Austin and our website, fox7austin.com, for all the latest updates